This is like, based on older paintings, and then it's a mixture of older stuff mixed with newer stuff and stuff I didn't even know I was going to paint too, basically, yeah. And so this whole room, there's going to be black and white and there's going to be color too. So it'll be an experiment of me kind of doing a contrast of black and white visuals with color visuals and deciding on that as I go forward with it, yeah.
How do you decide whether or not to go color or black and white when you're working?
There's such the clean look. I mean, if I just left this black and white, that'd be kind of cool, I mean, that looks cool as well. I mean, maybe I could do this room black and white and the other room color. I mean, that's an idea. But I was planning on doing like half and half, just like a balance of color and a balance of black and white visuals. How do I decide? I guess it depends on the project, right? Like, I equally enjoy painting black and white visuals, and color, go crazy with the colors too. Just all the colors of that animation of the 90s really was always something that spoke to me, and that I still, like, to this day utilize, and for sure is just like still influential to me. This many years later, stuff I grew up watching and was exposed to.
So, like, what kind of characters did you draw growing up?
Definitely lots of, monsters and aliens and creatures, lots of things with eyes and just weird kind of entity characters, for sure, And we had, like, growing up, we had a pet iguana, so it was cool having this lizard creature walk around being a kid, like, and the house pet was an iguana. So that was definitely, having this iguana, his name was Twiggy, was definitely like an influence as well of just like, well, I want to draw dinosaurs and I want to draw weird looking frogs and, like, just creatures and other monsters, things with like multiple arms and multiple legs and stuff. And so that kind of just was, and just based on some of the cartoons I watched, basically. Yeah, I'd say, for sure.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, thanks. And my older brother was an influence, of course, too. We were all into similar stuff growing up. Definitely. I mean, if I had to do a circle on the wall, like if I wanted, I would just have to trace it. I mean, like I am doing now, but the circle in this painting isn't perfect. It's more abstract, but.
Oh, but like this is something that every artist always tried to do. It's always something that, like, evades. It's like the white whale.
It's like impossible.
Yeah, like the white whale. Somebody's always off about it. It can be perfect, but just because it's perfect, it's like, nah, it can't be perfect.
Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, Yeah, and to me, I'm like, that's good enough, that captures what I had in the design painting.
And that's how you can do. That's how you
can. Right. But getting back to your question about influences, movies, shows, that kind of stuff, I thought about, or we were just talking about it a little bit, but on this thing of like monsters and creatures and stuff and kind of aliens, like I remember really enjoying the story of like the Frankenstein monster growing up, and just that there was this green monster guy that, was brought to life or whatever, and then, there's this Frankenstein monster walking around and stuff. That was definitely, just the story of the Frankenstein monster was definitely an influence on me. Just in like 5th grade or something, I remember reading that book. I think it's Mary Shelley is the author.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and there's been so many different like renditions, even thinking about like...
Gene Wilder's in that one.
That's right. The Frankenstein's monster, right? Yeah, totally, for sure. Hell yeah, dude, yeah, Gene Wilder is incredible. I mean, well, even, going into like, the Willy Wonka, those movies are definitely influential on my like color schemes. Thinking on colors and like the vibrancy of the color schemes I use, definitely Willy Wonka, for sure. I'm kind of here in this room getting to do my own little rendition of like oh, this could be a room in Willy Wonka's world or something, you know, like,
Right.
which is super sweet to be living that right now. Like, oh, I get to deck out a whole room and like, you know, it's my art and all the colors I get to choose and stuff. And
Is that your dream project? Is to one day paint a chocolate factory?
oh my gosh, yes, dude, that'd be crazy if I got to do this in a chocolate factory somewhere. That'd be so magical. Yeah, I mean, I would love to do like, there's this ride in Disney World called It's a Small World.
Yeah.
And it's just decked out in so many colors and so much patterning, and there's all these hand-painted wood sets and all these dolls that are definitely hand constructed, and everything was like hand sewn. And there's just like so much detail and so much work put into this theme park ride. And there's all kinds of like geometric patterning and lots of colors, and the color schemes are really awesome. And like, yeah, I mean, to get to do something like that someday would be like a major dream project for sure. Like just deck out like a whole, get to paint murals all throughout, like, I don't know, a theme park ride, like the entrance, and then all throughout the ride, you're, you know, immersed in my worlds basically.